Hi, this is Adam. I'm the lead programmer.
Hey, this is Brad, I'm director.
And this is Dan, I'm the senior designer. And this is the Destroy All Humans evolution of the game movie. And yeah, this build is our first proper build, which was March 2003.
March 2003, that's right.
This
About
had
3 months in.
And this had the cool building destruction in it that we had buildings under lots of physics pieces. It's a very early prototype. Couldn't totally keep all of this in the full game, unfortunately, but you know,
Like 3,000 buildings in this.
there's like 3,000 buildings in this level. You'll note how insanely huge this level is, and that was because there was no people walking around it, and you were just flying around in a UFO, so it can be quite large.
Notice you're switching through the multiple weapons. There was the red beam, the blue beam, and of course the green beam. Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes.
famous green beam.
My favourite was the green beam, I think.
Yeah.
It's quite edgy, the green beam.
Mm-hmm.
Had an edgy quality to it.
Also notice the copious amount of roads that Brad placed down in this early prototype. I think he spent
Many
a full
roads.
day laying several tens of kilometres of road network only to
It was
throw
an
it all away
authentic
how many
city.
days
See,
later?
watch that building collapse. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Yes, I did. Yes. Where we had like 4-lane highways and all sorts of things in this early prototype.
This actual map was the one that went down into Uniontown, wasn't it? Like we had this whole map,
Yep.
and then it went down into, we added a docks area to the side of this map, and then that slowly, of course, about a year turned into
Yes.
Uniontown. So it's still in the game, you know,
Yes.
sort of.
Technically. This is the point where we were, of course, quite stupid and made an enormous map that we could never actually make work. So,
Yep.
on let alone
yes.
That's right. This is when we had the hypno beam. Was collecting. You had to collect as many people as possible and have them follow you back to your ship, so
Yeah.
you could feed them to your space beasts.
That's right. And originally there was no abilities, there were just all guns with
Yeah.
crypto, which we eventually morphed into a set of guns and a set of abilities.
This was the most awesome mode of the game, and I am deeply saddened that it's cut
Yeah.
at ludicrous speed.
Fortunately, we just couldn't get the rights to the music.
Yeah, to the music that we can't tell you what the music is
Yes.
because.
I think you can
you don't have
guess.
the rights to it.
Yeah. And so this was 2 months after that, so this was
This was the May build.
May 2003. And this is our first ever mission in Bay City.
Bay City, which you'll notice isn't in the final game. So
Yeah.
don't go looking for it. It's not hidden anywhere in the game.
Nowhere.
Really, nowhere at all. Really, it isn't hidden
No.
anywhere. Don't spend hours looking for it. So there, we got a shadow on the UFO there.
Some cool baked-in lighting as well on the terrain.
Yep.
Yep. It's an awesome lead animator VO as well.
That's right, yes, yes.
A token American.
Well, you need a token American on any game development team.
Yeah.
Crypto looked a bit constipated back in the early days, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's got his disintegrator ray, a very early version of his disintegrator ray here.
Yep.
And you'll see one of the many variants on targeting schemes in the game, which you'll probably see a different one in every single one of these builds in this movie.
Where did that traffic light go? I don't remember seeing any traffic lights in the game.
We had traffic lights and we had plans to have them turn green and red
I
depending
always had
on
plans,
traffic.
but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the old Sonic Boom. It's cool.
Yes, the old sonic boom. It's like a machine gun. Didn't really look like a sonic boom, but it
No.
was quite fun to use. This would almost be our proto-capital. Well, except it's just one building. But
Yep.
This site really had everything, didn't it?
It
had
did.
the dogs, it had the
it had something for everyone, I think
Yeah.
you
for
could say.
everyone.
It was a site for all seasons. So yeah, at this point we're still very UFO-centric.
Yeah, I think we've got like one or two more builds until we started
Yeah.
focusing on crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our first cinematic.
Yes. Yes.
That was awesome.
That was technically a prototype for the landing sequence, I guess. You could call it that. Crypto falling out of the
Yeah.
UFO.
Yeah, it's just absolutely massive.
It took you a very long time to walk around from one end of the city to the other.
Very uninteresting walk around.
Very uninteresting walk.
Oh, Zapmatic is a charge weapon.
Yeah, Zapmatic is charge weapon. It was kind of too much like the disintegrator ray.
I think it's more like anal probe now.
Yes. Yeah, this is for a period we had people and vehicles dropping power-ups, and I mean this kind of morphed into the whole idea of extracting brains from people. We always knew we wanted to use people and vehicles as some sort of resource in the game. In the end, we just used people as resources, but this is kind of the earliest version of that.
This is July 2003, which is when we first had Santa Modesta, I think. Of course, I'm about to be proven wrong.
Now, ever-changing logo sequence.
Yeah.
Running across. Actually, I don't know. This is the second time.
Shit now, isn't it? What? Isn't that one in the game?
No.
That one's not.
No, not anymore.
Shows you how many times I start the intro.
It's because you're too busy developing the game.
That's right.
It's first shell.
Yes.
Those buttons are really blurry.
They are.
I'm glad we fixed that problem.
Yeah. I always liked the little zoom in on the Earth. That was pretty cool. Not as cool as the mothership, but you know, it was cool.
The gallery of cut sites.
Yes. In fact, I think this whole segment of the movie is going to be cut, isn't it? So I don't know if there's any point in actually doing any sort of video on it.
Okay, let's just assume it's cut.
Let me just scratch my ass for a few minutes.
Santa Modesta.
Can I say is that like copyright?
Yeah, that's copyright. We're gonna have to.
I think as long as you're talking about.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Caffeinated beverages are bad for you.
This is a sunny suburban Santa Modesta, so you're actually seeing something that sort of survived to the final version of the game, although it's quite a different layout to it.
This is also, while we're in art, make everything as huge as possible mindset.
Yes, and there's the cloak on the UFO, so another cut concept. We have many of those. We tried that one out, but you know, it was kind of boring flying the UFO around when no one could see you and no one could attack you, so we ended up removing it. Also the fact that I think it took a meg one
animation,
yeah.
Also note the end of the constant 60 frames a second.
Our programmers lament this endlessly. They weep. Little tears come out of their eyes. So it would have been nice to get the game running at 60 frames, unfortunately.
There's an awesome water splash effect.
Yeah,
That's
that was pretty impressive. I don't think we've never truly topped that non-existent water splash. There's people walking around.
That's the first stab at the awareness system as well.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. All the people. Yes.
All the people running around and making more people come out.
Look at that. That death ray doesn't look so different from the way it looks in the game now. I mean, it looks a bit different, but it doesn't have that big glitchy, fuzzy thing on the front.
Yeah, this is another targeting system. Towing on lasers.
Yes.
it's 3 of 20.
Yes, yes.
Stage 3 of 20.
You can safely blame me for all of these too.
To be interface 4 of 30.
4
Yes,
of 30,
yes. And there's the Sonic Boom looking a bit more like its
UFO
final version.
1 of 2. Actually, this is 2 of 3. Hang on, that's the same ship as we got now.
Yeah,
No, it's a bit different.
I think it's a bit different, yeah. It's not too far off though. Now, was this post Havoc?
No, we're yet to unleash the awesomeness of Havoc at this point.
No,
We're still
Using a competing brand.
Yes.
Which is why our physics hasn't been taken to the next level yet. It's,
Our physics is on the next level.
well, not yet.
No, yeah. Oh, in the bit. No, that's
exactly.
right.
Oh, at this
Oh,
time.
right
no.
now it is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, you
Brain
had to
bug.
show this, didn't you?
Yeah, it had to cut because of streaming.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately. Which of course morphed into the brain extraction and the anal probe now.
This also isn't anywhere in the game. I wouldn't look for it.
No. Nowhere at all.
Yeah, this is... I don't know when this is.
This is probably that
Oh, it's,
October build, isn't it?
No, if it was about August, I'd say.
This
August
would be,
2003.
Yeah. This is Furon Down, which was our kind of showcase mission for a long time, test out a lot of gameplay ideas, to obviously trying out cinematics here. And one of our designers in particular, Courtney, has worked on this mission, well, probably for like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
He loves it, he loves it dearly. It's like his little child.
I think we've all touched Furon Down at some stage.
I think everyone, it's it's close to the heart of everyone.
Yeah. It was back when Holobob was called the Body Snatcher.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Meet and greet.
Meet and greet was something.
Also something not in the game now.
Oh yes, yes. It was. We were suffering from a bit of VO exponential explosion here, and the meet and greet was supposed to be something where you could go up and talk to people, but it never really quite worked out. It was a neat idea, and maybe it's something we can revisit again later. Just like holobobbing animals. Those wacky quadrupeds.
You can tell by that animation why we don't have holobobbing animals.
Yes. It was very satisfying to be able to bark at people though, but yes, alas.
First PK.
Yeah.
That was before Havoc.
Before Havoc, as you can
Before
tell.
Havoc, yes.
Yeah. Before we had people avoiding other people.
Yes. So we got hypnotise in here too. That's a pretty good dance.
Before it got changed to Monroe Island and not Brad Island.
Yes, well, that wasn't my fault. What's he actually doing here? I can't remember.
He's talked to the scientist, and the scientist.
Jetpack. Was this the first jetpack?
This is the first jetpack.
First
Yeah.
jetpack.
This is the first bit of the jumping across the buoys to get to the island. Except
Yes.
it was barges.
That's right. Wait, yeah, it was, yeah. Most of this is still in the game too.
Yeah.
It's,
I believe so, yes. The jetpack, that pretty much stuck as it was very close to the first implementation, which is
Amazing.
a bit of a
Yes.
rarity.
Yeah.
yes. Well, until we rewrote it at the last minute.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It turned it into huge monkeys that carried you along.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
right. Storks.
Yeah.
Storks that fly crypto around.
Oh no, we had closet.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're pretty close to the full weapon set by this point, yeah.
This is still in Furon Down, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, this is,
Blowing
yep,
up everything.
yep. The island looked a bit more manicured back in those days. It was
Water tower.
Water tower.
The constant Cold War between the Mercs team and us, and getting
Yes.
the most awesome water tower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Battle of the Water Tower.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, this is talking of Mercs. This is the first Mercs. This is where we sort of tried borrowing the Mercs control scheme, and
That's right, the first
Yeah.
twin stick, yeah.
Yeah, that lasted a week, didn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that lasted a week.
It was more a prototype for when we put it back in
Yeah.
a year later.
Exactly, yeah. It was a prototype that was kept on ice
Yeah.
for a very long time.
And this is Destination Earth, but in Rockwell before we moved it over to the farm.
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
And we'll probably tell you the story of the farm somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do we have any E3? We have E3 footage.
We have
in
E3
here?
footage, so we
Alright,
can talk about the farm
We can
there.
talk about the farm.
We're still in, this would be a January build, wouldn't it?
Oh no, this is November
November,
2003.
okay.
So this, when you used to use your abilities, we used to have this effect on this aura effect, and everyone would go silhouetted, and there were different auras for different abilities that you could use on creatures and people. But
It
we
get
ended up,
very foggy as well.
it did get very foggy,
Yeah.
and kind of ruined a bit of the effect of, say, PKing someone, or it wasn't as fun to scare someone when they were just a black silhouette. So we ended up ditching the idea.
This is the first cow cinematic as well.
Yes, the first cow cinematic. Which, I mean, it doesn't look anywhere near as good, but it's something like what we've got in the game now.
Remotely what we've got.
This didn't have cow poop though, did it?
No
No.
cow poop, no.
Cow poop was still several months away.
Another piece of majesty that E3 brought forward.
Yeah.
Well, I think we needed Havoc for the cow poop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really.
we did need Havoc for the cow poop.
This is Transmogrifier, which was
Yes.
before we came up with brain collection or anything like
Yeah.
that. We came up with the idea of recycling animals and people into power-ups.
Yes.
it lasted about a week.
It's kind of like so.
Yeah. It is. Are we allowed to say so?
Sure. Maybe you should cut that out too.
Silent blue. That's PK's looking a bit closer.
No, it's pre-Havoc still.
It's still pre-Havoc.
Yeah. As you can tell when he falls.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That or he's very acrobatic.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the main street of Rockwell. This is in the game.
Yep. Yeah, he's still there. You had another set of UI on the screen. Actually, the exclamation marks, which kind of appeared and disappeared a few times throughout the life cycle of the game, is showing awareness.
Look at that rain.
Wow.
Don't go looking for that in the game either.
You can tell why it's that awesome 7 frames a second whenever you're doing anything with rain.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan, you had to go and capture this bit. Didn't you?
I did this just to see Adam
Just
cry.
for me.
Yeah.
Alright, it's just your CD drive stuttering.
This is when we had in the game. I
Yeah.
mean,
At 3.0
mysterious movie mode in the game.
Yeah.
It's like bullet time, but
Yeah.
chunkier.
Suspicion. So this actually had an awareness system that ended up very similar to what we've got now, with it goes from exclamation mark to through suspicion and up through the levels.
Mm.
Which it's actually changed quite a few times through development, the way people react to you. Old ducto beam.
This is the fair. The first fair. It's roughly in the same position as it is now, just
Yep.
in a completely different layout. This is
Yeah.
also in the everything has to be massive.
Yes. Yes.
With this huge fairground that took 5
Giant
minutes to
fairground.
navigate around.
Yes.
This is the other bug I had to leave in to make Adam cringe. It's detaching your weapons.
Oh, this is with the abductor being
Yeah.
detached. Leave it behind.
Oh no!
It's a tornado.
Okay, this is
This is pre-E3?
this is February 2004. So this is about a month or two before E3.
I think at this point we'd probably transitioned over to Havoc fully now. Took a couple of months to get everything working 100%, so we had to remain compatible with our old physics engine for a while.
First shell.
Yeah. Was we did the whole shell in 2D and got the flow right, and then did it in 3D, and then naturally changed the flow completely.
Yep.
Since that's the way of doing things.
This is. I think this is still Uniontown.
This is Uniontown. This is one of the first missions with ArmQuest. Actually, this was was this the first conversation game one?
This is ArmQuest versus the Furons, but we're not going
Yeah.
to play it.
Ah, okay. Yes,
yeah.
no, we're not going to play it.
No.
But you can play it in the game now.
Yeah.
We're playing ArmQuest versus the Furons. Oh, here's another interface as well. This is the interface, as we like to call it. You probably can't understand that, and that's good because we'll get sued if we say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this had the
People
weapon
jumping off
selection.
buildings.
Yes, people jumping off buildings and bouncing back into the air, and it probably was the first implementation of Havoc. And, yeah.
Ragdolls are still a while away. But,
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, that
It was-
looks ragdoll. No,
I think that was animation. Yeah. We got some
First Cortex
scan. Yeah.
This is when we had abilities and weapons on the same.
That's right.
thing.
Yeah, they're on
and
the
you
one.
had to press to toggle between them.
Yeah. So
okay.
here we go. E3 demo.
This is the E3 demo. 3 days,
You can
non-stop.
find Elsa on the disc actually. Yeah, movie of this.
We were quite blown away by the booth we were set up with for E3 that year.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So here we go. The farm. We built the farm just for the E3 demo. I can't exactly remember why we built it, but
It was because we had Rockwell and it was all nighttime. And
That's
we
right.
wanted to show all
That's
the farm
right.
assets in a daytime setting.
yep.
And we built it and realised how awesome it was.
So-
and so we put the tutorial into it.
Yes. So we got one whole site for one mission. So yeah, but it looks very cool.
The farm's pretty much stayed the same since.
Yeah. The layout of it's very similar.
Mhm.
And in fact, the stuff you're doing here is very similar to what you did in what we did in the E3 demo, which was completely playable, which is pretty cool. It was.
Old crypto VO.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the same actor, but
The pre
different performance.
The pre-Jack
Yes, the
video.
pre-jack. Yes. Whee! The poop.
First poop, awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, Havoc let us do a lot.
Yep. Poop modelling.
Yeah.
Modelling indeed.
So is this the first ragdoll cow?
Yes.
Yeah.
In a game?
Yeah. Yep. And this was very entertaining. It's kind of proved Ragdoll's worth.
Yeah.
It's having a Ragdoll cow. Well, naturally, our animators took it to the next level and put Ragdoll udders on the cows, but which I don't think we had in this version.
So this is Rockwell.
Yes.
This definitely isn't something we did specifically for E3.
No.
No. There's fireworks still in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so the E3 demo was pretty harrowing. Dan and myself had to, in 2-hour shifts, demo for the entirety of E3.
Yeah.
And,
Except for the last day where I did 4.5 hours because you got stuck in giving interviews and stuff.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that was tough.
That was great because I remember I spent 4.5 hours and I've been drinking water the entire time. And my bladder was exploding and I was
Yeah.
running to go to the bathroom afterwards and I ran into Andrew Goldman, who's head of Pandemic, on the way through and I had to talk to him
Oh, well.
and jump up and down on the spot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad. That was awesome.
Well, yeah. You don't want to bust out in front of the boss. That's not a thing to do. Can we say that on a teen rated game? I think we
Bust
can.
out, I think. Was this the first movie we had? This first time we
Yeah, we had the movie play.
Plan 9, which got
We
the
had the
rights.
Ragdoll cars. We had
Yeah, this is all Havoc.
destructible driving. This is Havoc really bought us a lot.
Yeah.
It was,
Have to thank the guys at Havoc.
Zappo working something like it does now. Although it used to only stun people, never actually killed them.
Yeah.
Early. Oh no, actually it was killing them there. There you go.
But you have to solve
Completely
it.
wrong. Yeah. Hey, the iron detonator's made an appearance. I think we've seen our whole weapon suite. Oh no, actually we haven't seen the anal probe, have we?
And
No.
still to come.
City section. Good old city. I'm just trying to think
Yeah.
of something to say here.
Yep, it's
So-
the city.
We had the idea, like, we kind of prototyped in this demo for the collecting of thoughts and how to use that in missions, how to tie that into the conversation games. And it's something we kind of went back and forth on a bunch of times. So we sort of have this in the game, but it's not entirely as it was demoed here.
Same with the conversation game as well.
Yeah, it went through a lot
simplified
of
it down.
iterations.
Yeah, we simplified it down and
Yep.
made it fun.
Yes. But it was pretty cool, and we got a good selection of voice actors for the E3 demo, just to get the early kind of feel for all the character voices, and a lot of those people we brought back again for the final game, and I think that helped a lot with the demo and with the final game. We got some awesome voice acting in the game, and the same writer too we used for this.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of really good lines.
Yep.
First G-Man?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Back in the city, this was always one of my big and most favourite things, was that you could get in the UFO and be in exactly the same world as the rest of the game. I think that was one of the coolest things we've done. Is you've got this destructible environment. Most games before had like big environments, but you didn't have the scale change. You didn't have the fact that it was completely destructible. So, and this kind of really showed that to people. I think.
Yeah.
Just jump in the UFO.
You
here.
always sort of heard people just go,
Yeah.
that's just awesome.
Yeah, this would get awesome reactions at E3.
Yeah.
And we kind of artists had improved the visual effects on the destruction at this point. We had the fires and
Yeah.
collapsing's looking a bit cooler, and it was. It's kind of always got a good reaction. Bit of physics going there. I see cars flying through the sky.
Yeah.
Can I say? I don't know if I can.
If you're talking about 4th of July. then-
I am talking about the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly was a good technical challenge trying to be able to play the game from UFO mode and alien mode without basically writing a whole new game for either mode. So I think it has turned out pretty well, although it was a pretty painful process.
It was a challenge, but we made a cool game.
We did.
And the invasion does indeed begin in 2005, as you found out by buying this game.
Yep. and that's it. And then we spent a year just sitting on our asses pretty much. And,
Just pina coladas and supermodels. You know, it's tough. Life of a game developer.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the version kind of wrote itself, and well,
That
Really
engine writing robot was.
it did a good job.
I think Havoc really helped the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, without Havoc, we would have had, we would have been far behind where we are now.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
That's actually stopped.
Yep.
Cool.
Well,
thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed the game.
Yeah, thanks.
And if you don't, we're going to come around to your house and beat you.
Well, I'm guessing they enjoyed it since they would have had to have played through the game to watch this.
Yep.
Either that or cheated. But if you cheated, then
Well, then you shouldn't be listening to this anyway, because you don't deserve to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankly, we have no respect for you if you cheated.
Yep.